don't stress too much in terms of preparing for university, because, just enjoy the summer before you start, and make sure that you've just got a lot of energy reserve so that you don't burn out, because it can be quite overwhelming when you first start at university, between trying to understand different kind of social circles and trying to make friends and trying to join different societies, as well as the step up in how independently you have to work when you're at university, as opposed to when you're at high school. And I think actually the method of studying is probably the number one thing that can help you in terms of your stress when you first get into university. And I think actually understanding that you need to be completely independent in the way that you study, and your time is your own, and you have to make sure that you're disciplined, and working smart is a lot better than just working hard without working smart. And so actually utilizing spaced repetition and active recall for everything that you're doing in terms of studying, and also doing little and often throughout the entire year, as opposed to cramming at the end of every semester, which the vast majority of people do. But once you actually do utilize those techniques, you realize actually you're so much less stressed when you get to exam period, and you feel like you can actually enjoy that kind of work-life balance a lot more, because you feel more in control throughout the year. So I think for me personally, that's been the most important thing, just in terms of enjoying life while at university in general.
Okay. What advice would you give to students wanting to study your course at university?
I think that if you're thinking about applying for medical school, the number one thing first is to have a realistic insight into medicine, and to know exactly what you're in for, not to see it through any sort of romanticized lens, to see it for what it really is. And the great thing is now, with like YouTube, for instance, or there's lots of online resources or books that you can read that do give you that very realistic insight into what being a doctor, especially in the NHS, is actually like. And as soon as you have that realistic understanding, if you still have the passion for medicine, for helping people, then it's for you, and you can go for it. But just the last thing that you want to do is just have that romanticized view, kind of Grey's Anatomy kind of view of medicine, and then get into med school, and then you realize that you made a mistake. So just make sure that you're fully informed, and then you'll know that you're making the right decision.
And what advice would you give to students wanting to study at Edinburgh University?
I think specific advice for Edinburgh University in general. I think if you want to apply to Edinburgh University, definitely go for it. I think it's got the best of both worlds in terms of I'm incredibly privileged that I've been able to study at Edinburgh University for this long, and that I'm doing medicine at Edinburgh. Like I'm very grateful for it, and I know how privileged a position that is. And I think that just if you're thinking about applying to Edinburgh University, definitely go for it, because it's so worthwhile. And the people that are here, and how kind of prestigious and also historic the university is, and that it's just right in the center of the city, and you become completely immersed in it. So I think if anyone's thinking about it, definitely just go for it.